tonight, an ABC premiere presentation.
There was a great earthquake. The sun became black as sackcloth, and a third of the earth was burnt up.
You call us provocative? When your Americans have 260,000 soldiers and 7,000 nuclear weapons poised on the other side of our border.
A third of the trees and all the green grass. And then from the smoke came locusts on the earth with the power of scorpions.
It's not gonna happen.
People are crazy, but not that
Ooh, that was good. Hey, you guys, how's it going? I have been so deep into 1980s TV movies this week that I had to start with that. I had to start with the network intros and then the day after promo because that has been my life this week and I wanted to share it with you. So I hope everybody's doing great tonight. Tonight is Gen X a la carte night, which means we are just going to watch all kinds of random stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. If there's something specific that you want to watch, members and super chats get top priority. I will try to get to as many as I possibly can. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Robert. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Smell the Glove. How's it going? Yeah, I know. R.I.P. Loretta Swit. It's so sad. She lived a long, good life, though. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, I got rid of the gray yesterday. You're very welcome. I'm still coloring the hair. If I didn't, I'd be very, very gray. Not like completely, but pretty close. And I figure I'm still in my 40s. I'm gonna keep the color. I don't know when I get in my 50s and beyond how that will be, but right now we're doing the color. This is about as original of as close to my original color that I could possibly get. So it's looking pretty good. Lisa, you have a job interview tomorrow night at 9:15. Wow. Well, congratulations. Good luck. I hope you do well. Hope you get that job. That's exciting. Oh, nice. Purple streak. I used to do fun colors like that every once in a while, but now I just go for the as natural look as I can. I did blonde for a while and I would put streaks of red or streaks of purple or whatever, but now I just go as what it would look like if I would have never gone gray. Okay. So, tonight we are just going to watch random stuff like I said earlier. I don't have really any big news to share other than I think I'm going to start doing some vlogging in the membership area. And I've gained a ton of weight these last few months and I've got to get myself out of this like funk that I'm in and I got to start moving and burning some calories and, dropping some bad habits. So I think I'm going to start vlogging in the members only area just to kind of get myself going and keep myself accountable, and just kind of share some of the weird struggles. I don't know if y'all want to see that or not, but I think I'm going to start doing that. When I started this channel, I thought that I would be doing like video essays and cultural commentary and things like that. And about 2 months in, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do essays and cultural commentary. I don't think I'm very good at it. And they're really, really difficult videos to put together. So I started doing stuff that I wanted to do, about 70s, 80s, and 90s television and movies and, and all that kind of stuff. And kind of got into the nostalgia niche. And here I am. The channel is a work in progress. But anyways, I really like the nostalgia stuff. But every once in a while, I want to, talk about, I guess, issues that are important to people our age or just stuff that we're going through. Because it's weird because media doesn't really portray life when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like everything in our media is so focused on teens and 20s and 30s and that kind of, those kind of life points. And you don't see a lot of stuff about, what are you supposed to do in your 40s and 50s and 60s? And especially if you're not married or have kids, like, what are you supposed to be doing? Yeah, outside of Golden Girls. Am I supposed to like buy a house and have 3 friends move in? Is that what I'm supposed to do now? Anyways, Lord willing, I still got 30, 40, 50 years left. So, got to figure some things out. What's the next phase of my life going to be? It's kind of weird. Anyways. Yeah, that feeling. It's like, now what? It's like, I mean, even if you've had kids and they're gone or whatever, like, it's like I don't see a lot of things that talk about life issues of people in their 40s and 50s and older. Maybe I just don't see it because, of the algorithm that I'm in, but I don't know. It's kind of weird that everything in our culture is like focused on people in their 20s and 30s. So, Tony here is in the chat. Hey, Tony. I put a prayer request in for you last live stream. He sent me a update. Here, I'll write what he wrote. I'll give you a little, yeah. He had a stroke, but we're 3 days into physical therapy and occupational therapy, and it's been pretty bad. Frustrated, but making progress. So everybody, just keep Tony in your prayers. Glad you're here with us tonight, Tony. Thank you so much. For those of you that pray, please put Tony on your prayer list. Oh. Relatable things from Golden Girls could be a good video topic, right? Yeah, I know. We should have a Golden Girls night and like recast our Gen X Golden Girls and talk about all the relatable things. It's just a weird thing. Like when you start to look for it, you're like, when you really start to look for it, it's like everybody in media and the news and everything is 40 and younger. Oh, can't talk. And if there are people that are in their 50s and 60s, like on the news and stuff, I mean, it's just, there's never really a lot of issues talked about. I mean, I'm not asking for everything to be about, I'm not asking for representation, I'm not asking for everything to be about menopause and retirement, but just something would be nice. Oh, Tony, I'm so glad you're here tonight. God bless you. All right, we got some super chats. Let's get started. VZAC, $2. Isn't it cool in pink commercials? Those sound familiar, but they're not. Okay. Nice. Let's get over. Here's the first one, featuring Matt LeBlanc from 1986. Isn't it cool to drink chili 7-Up and get enough? Isn't it so cool? Cool and pink makes you feel so right. You take the time tonight. Isn't it cool and pink? Chili 7-Up. Isn't it so cool? Let's watch another one here. These just scream late 80s, and I love it. I just love it.
Isn't it cool to think how right you feel so very clean and real with every 7 up? Isn't it a gas? A light cherry.
Sound like somebody was getting ready to get a phone call. Did you guys hear that, or was that just me?
So cool. Isn't it cool to think?
Nice. I haven't watched those in almost 40 years. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. That was a good one. Franklin Hurley, $1.99. Please play the Madonna Pepsi ad from 1989. This has got to be the Like a Prayer ad, right? The one that was like played once and then never played again. We'll play the full. Well, here there's one that's 3 minutes long. Let's do this one.
Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone.
You want to watch the one with the pink car with Angelina Jolie? Okay, we'll go back and watch that in a second. Yeah, 3-minute ads won't work in the streaming stage. They didn't really work back then either. There was like special ones that they'd show one time.
I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer.
Yeah, she's gonna straight out sing the song. Like I'm gonna have to pause it every few seconds.
Down on my knees, I wanna take you there in the midnight hour. I can feel your power, just like a breath. You know I'll take you there like a child.
I mean, seriously. They're just gonna play it's like a video, music video from MTV.
You whisper softly to me. You're in control, just like a child. Heaven help me when you call my name. It's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there.
Sorry, I got to keep pausing it. Did I see Batfink from YouTube yet? No, I have not. Is that something I really need to watch? That reminds me, there was a couple of things that I missed on Tuesday that I want to sneak in here tonight as well.
In the midnight hour, I can feel your power, just like a prayer. You know I'll take you there. I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Oh, yeah, just like a prayer. I'll take you there. It's like a prayer to me.
This is one of her better songs, I think. I really like the end here with the choir as well. Yeah, definitely one of her better songs. For me, Madonna was the best in the 80s and into the early 90s. And then after that, it was like, I was done. Yeah, the video of this is very weird. It all has all the religious, and I mean, there's a little bit of religious here, but not much as it was in the actual video. Right?
Go ahead. Make a wish.
There you go. The 1989 Like a Prayer Pepsi commercial. Yeah, I think Evita was about the end of the road for me as far as listening to Madonna. I agree. We are all on the same page. Yeah, Into the Groove, Material Girl. I love Live to Tell. Oh, that's a good one. Like, she was really hitting it hard in the mid to late 80s. Like, good stuff. Yeah, she was really pretty. All right, back to the Pink commercials. The one with the car, you said? You're definitely for vlogging about my daily struggles, just so we can all talk. I mean, like, just to kind of spark conversation. I need to lose weight. I'm paying off my debt so I can be totally debt free. I've done very well, and I pay off my car. I need to pay off my car and that kind of a thing. So just, financial stuff, weight loss and health. Just, what are you supposed to do in your 40s and 50s? So I think I'm going to start giving that a try. It's just weird. I feel a little bit lost right now. Yeah, middle age is fun. Third one down. All right, so this one here. All right, here we go. Oh, first off, we see the Twin Towers, of course. It's amazing how many things the Twin Towers pops up in.
Isn't it cool in pink? Isn't it cool to think how right to be? So cool, so real, with Terry Seven Love.
The driver girl's supposed to be Angelina Jolie? Because that's not her. Angelina is like, I think she's about my age. So in 87, she'd only been like 11 or 12. I think Angelina's a 76er. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. 75. So she'd only been 12 years old when this was out. So I'm going to say that's not her. Doesn't make this any less amazing because I love these old Sprite commercials. I had totally forgotten about them until you brought them up. So I appreciate that. Not always. We just like to watch a campaign. A lot of times you'll have different celebrities or different people or different styles, and it just depends. I just watch what I decide I want to watch, It's one of those kind of nights. and if it's a super chat, I'll definitely dive in and do more than one if there's more than one available.
Like cherry flash. Is this a dream? What can it mean? Terry Seven Up. Is it a cool thing? Is it so
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. King David Light, $2. Saturday morning cartoons. We're supposed to watch all Saturday morning cartoons. Now, Tuesday, we're going to be we're doing our tier list for 80s cartoons and kids shows. So that'll definitely be the night to tune in for Saturday morning cartoons. Oh, Tony, thank you. That makes me so happy to hear. Saturday morning cartoons. Let's see. What should we watch? There's got to be something good here. Whoops. Got to push the right buttons. I didn't watch a ton of cartoons in the 80s. My favorite, like, if I watched Muppet Babies and I watched Shirt Tales and the occasional Smurfs and Inspector Gadget. You know, and then of course Jem, because she was truly outrageous. But yeah, I would say that my cartoon knowledge is probably the one area where I'm really not as superior as I need to be. Not on it as I need to be. Popples. No, Robert, I'm not even going to say the word. But I do like, and again, the cartoons are very like copyright minefields. But one thing we can do is watch some commercials from the 80s cartoons and the intros and the bumpers and things like that.
Imagine me and you and me together eating golden grams so happily. That crispy graham and honey taste was meant to be so happy together. Love that golden honey and graham cracker taste of golden grams. It's a part of your complete breakfast love. Those golden
Want to see some pudding?
How can it be? I can't believe my eyes. New pudding roll-ups, pudding in disguise. They can be lots of things.
Is that Seth Green? On the left here.
Pudding roll-ups, pudding
Not
in
there.
disguise. They can be
Right there.
lots
On the left. I think that's Seth Green.
of things pudding can't be, but the yummy, yummy taste.
That's pudding to me.
New Betty Crocker pudding roll-ups in milk chocolate, chocolate fudge, or butterscotch. Real pudding in disguise.
New pudding roll-ups, am I surprised? Pudding roll-ups, pudding in disguise. New pudding roll-ups.
Okay.
I wish we got ice cream. It's easy. We're Wish World kids.
Treats and sweets opens up to more. Wish your fridge into an ice cream store. Ooh. Shelby serves her favorite treat. Scoops of sundaes that are neat. Wish World kids. Reading speed becomes a car now. Just
Any attempt at any kind of wordplay or grammar humor, I'm all in. Thank you, Doug.
and drive for an ice cream bar.
Great!
When you wish for one, you get twice the fun.
Wish World kids.
Each playset sold separately. Treats and sweets and Read and Speed come with their very own dolls. Wish World Kids from Kenner.
Timu Polly Pocket.
It was a dusty day when the rabbit strolled in looking for tricks.
This disguise will get me some tricks. A rootin' tootin' part of this here complete breakfast.
Had a stranger. Pull up the bowl.
Finally, truly terrific, totally tasty, tutti fruity tricks.
Hey, kid.
Yep.
Don't I know you?
Nope.
Okay, kid, then what's your name?
Name?
Sorry,
He needs
rabbit.
a name to get tricks. If you help name him, you'll get 4 free markers. Mail-in forms on boxes of tricks.
Why does Kellogg's Raisin Bran taste so good? It's got
Boy, they were really hitting the cereal hard on Saturday mornings, weren't they? I can't imagine why.
2 scoops of raisins. How many is that? Enough to give 1 raisin to all of Dad's bowling team, the flight crew of the 747, and all the Miss Universe contestants. Wow, 2 scoops is a lot. There's still enough raisins for an entire Navy Frogman unit. That's a crowd of raisins. And you know what? Yeah, they're all for us.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran, a delicious part of this complete breakfast.
There's a crowd of raisins in this scoops. Chicken. Yum. Jump it up with new Checkerman Bubble Yum. Chicken. So cool. Look who lives the way to jump it up with Bubble Yum. Chicken. I gotta feel the taste. Gotta taste the
I mean, it was just cereal.
It blows me away. I wanna pop in the mouth. Gotta get hot. Popped up crisp and light. Pop in every bite. It blows me away. I wanna pop in the mouth. Gotta get popped.
Kellogg's Corn Pops, the great tasting part of this nutritious breakfast that'll give you a good pop in the mouth.
Wanna pop in the mouth. Gotta get popped.
And now this message. Comment, Piggy, on the set, please.
They came from fruit.
To show the world, two fruits are more fun than one. New Sunkist Tutti Fruits, the first fruit snack made with two kinds of fruit. Tutti Fruits, Tutti Fruits.
Chewy on the outside, soft on the inside. Tutti Fruits.
New Sunkist Tutti Fruits, because two fruits are more fun than one.
Tutti Fruits.
I don't remember that.
Oh, here comes crispy critters, a good wholesome bunch. The low sugar cereal with lots of crunch. It's indubitably.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. Most crispy critter cereal is part of a balanced breakfast.
And now a special offer.
It's a puzzle and a storybook.
Free in specially marked boxes of Crispy Critter cereal.
Look what I made. That's me. Indubitably.
My Super Golden Crisp cereal with 8 vitamins makes this nutritious breakfast really neat.
I just love that sweet, crispy wheat.
Whoa, ho, what's up, Croc?
Don't be bashful with that box, Sugar Bear. Put the toe in the bowl.
Time for a vitamin pack punch. In case he bit off more than he could chew. I can't get enough of Super Golden Crisp. It's got the crunch with punch.
Yeah. Two new sticks, new, tasty new Twix.
There's a whole new way Twix moves today. Hey, if you liked it before, you're gonna like it even more. Keep on moving with Twix. Tasty and caramel, rich and chocolate too.
The cookies even crunchier, that's what's new.
Keep on moving with new Twix.
That's a pretty good one.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies,
More
the part of this
cereal.
complete breakfast that goes.
Snap, crackle, pop. Let's see. This is from channel Video Dottie. So these are the commercials from Saturday morning, January 30th, 1988.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Have you heard how good they are?
Hamburger University with Ronald McDonald.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Ronald.
Today's subject, the Hamburglar. The Hamburglar is very clever and very sneaky.
The Hamburglar!
And he loves taking McDonald's hamburgers. So, what should you yell when you see it?
Help Ronald, sailor!
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Hamburglar.
It's a good time for the train.
You've got a lot to learn.
Don't take burgers, Rubble Rubble.
I do have a Gen X and McDonald's video in the works. I am writing it currently. I'm always writing like 10 to 12 video scripts at a time. And then one emerges victorious and gets made the next round. My next video is going to be about made-for-TV movies from the 80s, and I'm super excited. But then I think the next one's going to end up being Gen X and McDonald's. Whoa! Birdie's in the chat. Hey, Birdie. A strange form of kidnapping? I mean, maybe, yes.
Lucky corner. We'll get his Lucky Charms this time.
Not so fast, me friends. I make an ice cave and hide in me own reflections with me Lucky Charms. The marshmallowy part of this nutritious breakfast. With pink hearts, olive stars, yellow moons, green clovers, blue diamonds, and purple horseshoes.
I always loved Lucky Charms as a kid. That was always one of my favorites. Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops. Like, I was in.
Yikes, I'm trapped in ice and freezing.
Lucky needs help. But how can we find the real Lucky?
Those kids can't. But you kids at home can when you watch this commercial on TV with these magic glasses. Free in specially marked boxes of Lucky Charms. And with them you can find the real Lucky magically on TV.
I can see him.
Can you find the real Lucky too? You can with your magic glasses in Lucky Charms.
Surprise!
Hey, what are you doing on my medicine?
I remember the Aqua Fresh for Kids. I had this exact thing. Oh my gosh.
cabinet.
I'm the Pump Man, Aqua Fresh for Kids, the toothpaste made specially for kids.
My very own toothpaste?
Right, I make brushing fun. I've got a zingy taste kids love, fluoride too, and I'm easy to pump and have a neat top.
Hey, Pump Man, hide. Here comes my mom.
Aqua Fresh for Kids. I make brushing fun.
And now these messages.
You know when you see him, those three musketeers.
All right, remember, stick to the game plan. Right. Point one, they
We'll watch a couple more minutes of this, and then we'll move on to something else.
come to you. Point two, never look hungry.
Oh, they're so big on chocolate. Yeah, chocolate after here.
Let's not forget point three. What's that? No, when points 1 and 2 aren't working.
It's hard to keep them on the wraps, those three musketeers.
Gonna party! Right here on CBS!
CBS going into Pee-wee. Oh, that reminds me. If you guys have HBO Max, watch the new Pee-wee Herman documentary. It is fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. It was so good. He documented like his whole life and collected stuff his whole life. The amount of video that was in that from his younger years was incredible. Like, if you were a fan of Pee-wee's Playhouse or Pee-wee's Big Adventure, oh my God, watch that documentary. It was fantastic. Ooh. Jessica Lee, $5. There was a cereal called Alphabets. Absolutely. I love me some Alphabets. I remember one commercial. See if you can find it, please. I will do that. I love Alphabets. That sucks they don't make those anymore. I would totally do that. I would totally eat those. Let's do the earliest one we can find. Not 92. Let's go earlier. Here's one from 1990. There's a few over here. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
You can throw parade and make your mom cry. Land a plane in your milk or watch a duck swim by. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Alphabet for you and me.
Post alphabets and marshmallow alphabet cereals are part of this good for you breakfast. Both alphabets are
ABC delicious.
ABC delicious. Yeah, of course. We all had to spell out the bad words. That was part of the charm.
two kinds of alphabet. This new one has marshmallows.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. New marshmallow alphabets for me. Great taste, it's true. Yummy color, so new.
Marshmallow fun for me and you.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Marshmallow alphabets for me.
New Post Marshmallow Alphabet cereal is part of this good for you breakfast. Both alphabets are
A, B, C
delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yeah, that was like Lucky Charms. It was their answer to Lucky Charms. You could just spell them out. Oh man, that's fun. Let's watch some cartoon bumpers. Here's some from ABC.
After these messages, we'll be right back. After these messages, we'll be
That's what I remember. This seems to be maybe early 90s though.
right back. After these messages,
Yes.
we'll be right back.
I remember that one.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is from CBS 84, 85.
And now, these messages. Land of the Lost will return after these messages.
Yeah, I remember the periscope from the submarine. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. If I can find it. Wait, here's... It was ABC, right? Okay. Was it the claymation one or was it the... I'm thinking it was the claymation. Yeah, Muppet Babies was great. Hey, Blazing Dragon. There's so many. Let's do ABC. We already watched that one. Here, how about this one?
We'll return after these messages. We'll return after these messages.
We'll return after these messages.
We'll return after these messages.
Amazing. I love these. I can watch these all day. Here, we can watch a Brain on Drugs PSA. This will be fun.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain.
Yes.
This is drugs.
Yes.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yes, always back to drugs because because 80s kids, literally it was in our faces with every single day, from these commercials, from these PSAs to Dare at schools. It was everywhere. You say Dare stands for dope, acid, roofies, and ecstasy. Nice. Your brain needs a little salt and pepper. Yeah, there's one with Rachel Lee Cook. We'll watch that one.
This is your brain. And this is heroin. This is what happens to your brain after snorting heroin. And this is what your body goes through. Wait, it's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. Your friends and your money and your job and your self-respect and your future and your life. Any questions?
That was before she was Lainey and she's all that, right? Or around the same time. Oh, here's the classic one from '87. This is the OG. We got to watch the OG.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Ooh. I love this one too.
It's yours?
No,
Your mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's
Where did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me.
Answer me.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
I mean, I know their heart was in the right place, but you know, I've fallen and I can't get up. We can watch that one real fast. The life alert.
Recently, when I became deathly ill, I was able to summon an ambulance, my next door neighbor, my family, and my doctor without picking up a telephone.
I use this remote control to contact LifeCall, my 24-hour emergency medical response service. Watch. You just press this button and speak into the air and...
I'm having chest pain.
I'm calling paramedics and your family, Mr. Miller.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
We're sending help immediately, Mrs. Fletcher.
See? Protect yourself with LifeCall and you're never alone. To get complete free information by mail about this affordable medical emergency response system, call toll-free now. LifeCall can save your life, so call to get free.
Don't need it now, you know, with the internet and with smartphones. But it was ahead of its time. Yeah, I think every kid said I've fallen and I can't get up on a daily basis for a solid year or two when this commercial was at the height of its fame. So Tuesday night we were ranking we were doing the tier list for 80s dramas, and I was going back and watching the replay as I was editing out the copyright claims, and there was a couple of requests that I totally missed. They weren't super chats, but they were requests that were being made over and over again, and somehow I totally missed them. So I'm going to play a couple of them now. The first one is the TV theme song to the show Crazy Like a Fox. I totally forgot about this show, but I wanted to play it because I don't remember who it was that kept making this request, but I kept missing it. So I'm going to play it now. See if you guys remember this.
Hello?
Harrison, I need your help.
Dad, you keep forgetting. I'm a lawyer.
You're the detective.
Oh, come on, son. All I need is a ride. What could possibly happen?
This is not true. It was not intentional. I don't know how I missed this one. I watched it like occasionally, but I didn't watch it regularly. I know. This is actually pretty good. I'm actually digging this one. There we go. That was a good one. It's too lighthearted. You think for the show that it's the credit? Maybe, yeah. You might be right. It's Crazy Like a Fox. I did play Scarecrow and Mrs. King Christopher on Tuesday night. I just missed this one. And there was another one I missed. Masquerade. Do you guys remember the TV show Masquerade? Because I did not remember this one. Oh, it had Kirstie Alley in it?
The United States of America would like to invite you to come spy with me.
What?
Tonight, adventures looking in your window. Something out of the ordinary.
Was this a network show or was this like one of those late night ones from Canada? How am I not remembering this?
Come with me now and let's explore the secret passions I come see you're someone special. Masquerade.
Greg Evigan, really?
And every day charade that anyone can play. Jump in, over your heart again. Make a new start again. It's all love.
What year was this? Let's find out. Let's get some details. It ran for one season in 1983. Actually, December 15th of 1983 until April 27th of 1984. That's another one that I can put on my list of one season wonders from the 80s. You guys are bringing them back some memories. So this is obviously before Cheers. Kirstie Alley's actually in a TV movie that's on my list of best of for the 80s. Ooh, I should show you guys my thumbnail because she's on the thumbnail. Let me bring that up.
Masquerade, just use your imagination. This is your invitation for a short vacation. Masquerade, love is a masquerade, and every day charade.
Uh-oh, Vizak, you might have sparked a video idea. A whole iceberg's worth of forgotten TV shows? Uh-oh. The Hottest Vulcan, gotcha. Let's see, what network was this on? 1983 to 1984. It was on ABC. Here's a synopsis. Considered an amalgam of Mission Impossible and The Love Boat. This tongue-in-cheek series starred Rod Taylor as Mr. Lavender, the leader of Operation Masquerade, a top-secret branch of American intelligence that conducts missions using ordinary civilians, recruited for their anonymity and their specialized skills. Two trained field agents, Casey Collins, played by Kirstie Alley, and Danny Doyle, played by Greg Evigan, are assigned to chaperone the amateur spies. The concept was essentially identical to Call to Danger, a series concept that had been attempted with 3 unsuccessful pilot films in the 60s and 70s. The last 2, which starred Mission Impossible's Peter Graves. The Love Boat comparison came from the show's casting of a different ensemble of well-known actors each week. There you go. It's debuted with a 90-minute pilot film followed by 12 episodes before the series was canceled. This was Kirstie Alley's first television series after her debut in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan the previous year. Country singer Crystal Gayle performed the theme song. Oh, Crystal Gayle. She was the one that held the hair down to her feet, right?
It's time for you and me. It's time for you and Masquerade.
There you go. Here is my thumbnail for my next video. It's going to kick off my summer of made-for-TV movies. Can I make that bigger? Whoop, whoop. There it is. Well, it's really big on my end. Not when I go back over to see it from your end. So that is my thumbnail, and there's Kirstie right there in her bunny outfit because she played Gloria Steinem in 1985's A Bunny's Tale. So I'm pretty excited about that. How's Sadie tonight? She's actually chilling on the couch. Just hanging out. She's being good. Let's not jinx it. So I'm doing a list of the top 50 or the 15 it was so funny because I have like a ton of movies from each year because I'm going to do a video for each year because there were so many good ones. But as I was going through each year's lists, I realized that there were a few that really stood out and like just so memorable. Like I remember watching them, they stuck with me, and so I pulled those titles out and I came up with, and there was 15 of them. And I was like, this is perfect. This will be how I kick off the summer of TV movies with the best, most memorable ones for me. And so am I still taking requests for what? For tonight? Of course. Anything from you, Brian, you're a member. What you got? So anyway, so these are from there's 15 in total. On the thumbnail in the background we have the day after, but you can't really, I mean, it's the orange and yellow poster from the day after is the background. And then the people in it are Kirstie Alley from A Bunny's Tale, Farrah Fawcett from The Burning Bed. Videos for tonight, whatever you want, request away. You are an OG founding member. Okay, I'll get to the super chat. Give me just a second. Farrah Fawcett from The Burning Bed. This is Jonna Lee from Shattered Innocence. And Daniel J. Travanti and Jo Beth Williams from Adam. And then Dale Midkiff and Nancy McKeon from A Cry for Help, the Tracy Thurman story. So those are just a few that are going to be in the video. I'm super excited about this one. I think I might be able to get it done and posted by tomorrow. If not, it'll definitely be on Sunday. And the cool thing is that I will have links to all of them in the description so you can watch every movie that I talk about. I'll get through this in just a second, Brian. I have a super chat I got to get to, and then I'll get to your request. JD, $5. Thank you so much. I found a good fitness video to inspire us. This aerobic video wins everything. 3 minutes on YouTube. Thanks for creating a fun atmosphere for us all. Well, thank you, JD. And I actually think I know exactly what video that you're talking about. I think I know exactly what video you were talking about. This aerobic video wins everything. Yep. I knew exactly what you were talking about. This is a good one. This is a good request. And then after this, I'll get to you, Brian, okay? All right. I knew exactly what this was. It's the 1988 Crystal Light National Aerobic Champions.
Aerobic athlete.
We are the winners. Watch us glimmer. Like the sun with the champion. We control body and soul. We push ourselves to the maximum. The champions.
Oh my God, there is a Key and Peele spoof, isn't there? We'll watch the Key and Peele spoof as well. Oh, you found it, Brian? Rasputin's Best Death. Okay. Because, yeah, we watched some Ripley's not too long ago. But we watched The Man in the Iron Mask and not Rasputin. Okay. Rasputin's Best Death. Ripley. We'll get to that here in a bit. I'm going to watch this and then we're going to watch the Key and Peele sketch.
We are the champions.
Aerobic athlete.
We are the winners. Watch us glimmer. Like the sun with the champion. We control body and soul. We push ourselves to the max.
I don't know. I subscribed to the 20-minute workout channel because my mom used to do the 20-minute workouts in the 80s. And it was these girls that had these really 80s leotards like this. and they had these microphone. The one that was in charge had the microphone strapped to her belt. I think it was on PBS in the mornings. Anyway, they were 20-minute aerobic workouts, and they have a whole YouTube channel now. And I was thinking about doing some of those and doing some sweating to the oldies and stuff and doing that for the vlog in the members only section. I've got to do this because I've gained too much weight and I don't look like myself anymore. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, who is this person? But I might have to learn this. This would be fun. I was a dancer in my younger years, so and loved aerobics, so might have to do this.
The champions, the champions, we are the champions.
Yep. Mouser-size, yes. I had a Mouser-size cassette tape that I played in my little Fisher-Price cassette player. Yeah, they need leg warmers. And I definitely, if I'm going to do this on my members only page, I'm going to have to get some leg warmers. Oh, I wish I could, but I'll have to pause it every 5 seconds. That'll get copyright claim quick.
Aerobic athlete.
We are the winners, watch us glimmer. Like the sun for the champion. We control body and soul. We push ourselves to the maximum. The champions, the champions. We are the champions.
I think at the retire malls, we definitely need to have a space for aerobics.
Athlete.
We are the winners, watch us glimmer. Like the sun for the champion. We control body and soul. We push ourselves to the maximum. The champions, the champions. We are the champions.
Yeah. Yes.
America's best aerobic athlete.
I didn't study dance. I was on the dance team in high school. And so it was mostly, just choreographed pom-pom routines, and there was some jazz and some hip hop in there, but a little contemporary. But when I was really young, when I was in kindergarten through like 3rd or 4th grade, I did ballet and tap. You just found my channel like a week or so ago and left a comment like an hour ago on something. Hello, you're amazing. Well, great. Thank you, on the Avalanche. Glad you're here. I've got a lot of new subscribers this last week. This latest video I did has really done wonders for my channel.
We are the winners, watch us glimmer. Like the sun for the champion. We control body and soul. We push ourselves to the maximum. The champions, the champions. We are the champions.
You're not wrong. We do need a retirement mall idea collab live stream. I like that idea. We got to build it. Have some fundraisers. Maybe we can make it happen. Now we got to watch the Key and Peele. because this was pretty great.
Live from the Nestle Arena, welcome to the finals of the 1987 Jazz Fit Championships. Representing the Body Shop from Hollywood, California.
I don't know if I'll get copyrighted on this, so I gotta be careful.
California, Flash. And from the Skinny Shop in Detroit, Michigan, Lightning.
Oh, thank you, Zen. You can get back in shape. I can, and I will. So I want to look like myself again. I'm afraid to weigh myself because I have a feeling that I'm probably the biggest I've ever been, and so I've got to get rid of it. Down 70. Excellent work. That's amazing. I could probably use. I know I could lose 70 pounds and be just fine. Uh-oh. Lightning just got some bad news. Keep dancing, guys. Uh-oh. It's about your wife. See, I've considered Manjaro, but I don't take any kind of medication or shots or any kind of, and I never have and never, like, I just don't. I don't know. I think, that's a tough one. I really am mulling it over. I really am. And that's a big thing for someone. I don't do stuff like that. I don't take any kind of pharmaceuticals, any kind of injections, any kind of pills. So I don't know. I've heard really good things about it, but Uh-oh. There was a hit and run. A car cut her off. She swerved into a telephone pole. Keep dancing. Just dragging this out. Your daughter was in the passenger seat. They were going to surprise you. That's what I think. I've already have changed where, I mean, I guess you would call it intermittent fasting, even though it wasn't on purpose, but I have a window where I eat. I eat between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and that's it. That's what I've switched to. Now I just gotta stop drinking soda. And then get moving. Oh, they're both in the hospital. I know, Tony. That's how I feel about it. The police want to know if there's anyone you can think of who might have had a motive. Anyone who might have wanted to hurt you or your family. Yeah, Colin Howard. Oh my gosh, I got a super chat. I'll get to it as soon as this sketch is over. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is crazy. Keep dancing. Yep, that's Clint Howard. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, that was a good time. I enjoyed that. All right, let's get. Oh, we got a $2 super sticker from Jabbar Robbins. Thank you very, very much. Swift -1 $5 as a Gen X Swiftie celebrating her buying back the rights to her music. Remember Prince Charming? His name. Remember Prince? Oh, Prince. They said Prince Charming. Remember Prince changing his name to the symbol and Pearl Jam versus Ticketmaster. Oh my God, yes. I've been meaning to do a video on Ticketmaster for a long time, and I haven't done it. When I originally started this channel, and I think I said this earlier, like I had intended on doing like these cultural commentaries and like I had something really important to say, and man, those videos are hard to make. So like after a few weeks, I stopped doing those kind of videos and started doing like more pop culture history and nostalgia. But if you want to see my original essays and cultural commentary, I put those videos in my member section. But yeah, Ticketmaster has ruined the concert experience, the live music experience, and it's really, really sad. I remember Prince changing his name to the symbol. I wonder if they have like any news stories for when that happened. Let's see. Here we go.
You're an unusual person. Most people don't get famous with one name and then change it, right? Would you say? What's the story of that, by the way?
Well, I had searched deep within my heart and spirit, and I wanted to make a change and move.
Yes, Live Nation does own Ticketmaster now, and Live Nation is just as bad as Ticketmaster in ruining the live music experience. Right? Kids will never know the agony of standing in line for hours for a concert ticket. It's true. Or being on when we tried to get tickets to New Kids on the Block in the summer of '90 for the Magic Summer Tour. Each one of us had each one of us were on the phone dialing the 800 number over and over and over again, trying to get through, and then we couldn't get through, and so we just drove to St. Louis to Famous Bar at the mall where they had a Ticketmaster counter and got them there. It was the worst.
To a new plateau in my life. One of the ways in which I did that was to change my name. It sort of divorced me from the past and all the hang-ups that go along with it.
Why then did you choose the artist formerly known as?
Well, I didn't choose that. That was chosen
For you.
Yeah, pretty
What
much.
would you have chosen? I mean, did you think of a name? What is your name at birth?
My name at birth was Prince Rogers Nelson.
So did you think of Nelson?
No.
Rogers?
No.
Were you thinking of a name?
No, it didn't come to me like that.
So how did the artist formerly known as come about?
Well, that came up through people's problem with, mainly the media's problem with not having a pronunciation for the symbol. So they had to come up with something, I guess.
So the artist formerly known as is a media invention,
yes, sir.
Not your invention.
No, sir.
Well, what would you expect? How are we supposed to pronounce the symbol? How are we supposed to do that? In the words of Kevin Smith, Prince has been living in Prince world for quite some time. Yes. My favorite Prince story ever is from Kevin Smith. If it's from An Evening with Kevin Smith. It's so good. Let's see. Here's your Rasputin's best death from Ripley's Believe It or Not. This is for you, Brian.
What drives a man to murder? Greed can do it.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite episodes of the Cosby Show was when Vanessa and her friends sneak out to buy concert tickets. Oh yes. That is one of my favorite episodes.
Fear, jealousy. In 1916, a Russian prince named Yusupov plotted murder to save his country and his Tsar. That at least was his plan. His intended victim, Gregory
The wretched, yes.
Yasinovich Rasputin.
Absolutely. Claire, when Claire had to discipline and lay down the law, ooh, you didn't want to mess with her. Oh my god, those are the best episodes. Oh, and I have some wicked. Hold on, we'll watch this. I got some more stuff to watch.
Peasant holy man with mysterious powers. He used them to win the confidence of the Tsar and Tsarina, convincing them he alone could save the life of their child, a hemophiliac. Rasputin gained an all-pervasive influence in the government, an influence many judged dangerous. Prince Yusupov decided Rasputin had to die.
So does Palance himself recreate this?
I decided to give a little party for Rasputin.
Oh my god, he does.
In the basement of my St. Petersburg palace. A private party. Away from witnesses. I had the furniture, some very nice pieces, brought down specially. My associates, who helped me arrange the plan, waited upstairs while I myself went to fetch Rasputin by car.
Boy, he really got into this, didn't he? Wow.
We came through this door, directly through the courtyard.
Oh no, we got the aerobic song stuck in your head. Well, that's no. I apologize for that. That wasn't on purpose. But I mean, it's not. You could have worse stuck in your head, right?
Poisoned cakes, each one with enough potassium cyanide in it to kill several men.
Uh-oh.
He said he wasn't hungry. I pressed them on him. He took one finally and ate it.
I got to be honest. This is almost making me uncomfortable the way he's doing this.
And then another. Nothing happened. I offered him wine, as thoroughly poisoned as the cakes. This, he accepted eagerly. He gulped it down. Again, nothing happened. By now, he should have been several times dead.
You don't apologize. It's okay. It just the way he's saying it is kind of creepy. We went from like aerobics and jazzercise to like the death of Rasputin. This is definitely an a la carte night.
He seemed to grow drowsy. His head drooped. And then, suddenly, he was fully alert again. This was unbearable. I went upstairs, got a gun from one of the others, and returned, keeping the gun out of sight. I went over to him. Come, look at this, I said. Come, it is very beautiful. And he came.
This is true. Or the 70s, 80s, and 90s. If it happened then, we'll talk about it, watch it. That's what this channel is all about. But yeah, he's getting a little too excited about this. Yeah, this is Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Look at it carefully, I said. You'd better say a prayer before it. He was now standing directly before me. He fell to the ground. The others
Hey, excellent.
from upstairs. Rasputin was dead. We checked.
You got an early night tonight? What's happening tomorrow?
carefully. Then we went to celebrate. Suddenly, a foreboding clutched at me, pulled me back. Here, for one final look.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know this. Guys, Gen Excellence is doing a live stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. my time. Hopefully I will be awake. I tend to stay up all night editing and sleep from like 6 a.m. to noon. So, I'm going to try to make it. Good luck. Have fun. Guys, check out Gen Excellence's live stream tomorrow. Yeah, what's your topic? Good question, Skywalker Davis.
I shook him. I had to be certain.
Saturday morning hangout. I like it. Sounds like a plan. Yep, I sleep about 6 a.m. to noon. That's it.
One of his eyes opened, and the other. He was staring at me with all the hatred of a devil straight from hell. And then his hands went.
You'll be fine with commercials, but be careful with your clips and your themes. I got knocked off a live stream like 3 times. One live stream going through cartoons. NBC gets really, really on top of their stuff. Doesn't matter if it's 40 years later.
Around my throat, strangling me with the strength of sheer terror. I broke away. Upstairs. He's alive! He's alive! I ran out of the basement, into the courtyard, and then started running toward the street. One of the others shot him twice, brought him down.
Wow.
Savagely kicked him in the head. I got a club, and I used it. I hit him and hit him and hit him until my fingers, I myself, collapsed in a dead faint. The others bound Rasputin's hands and feet, took the corpse to the ice-choked river Neva and threw it from the bridge.
That was intense. That was good. So we were talking earlier about the Cosby Show, and this is one of my very first videos that I ever made last year. I think you guys might like this one. If you're new to the channel, I made this over a year ago. Hold on. We'll just watch the whole thing. Let me get it on the screen. The title of the video is Those Random Times 1980s TV Shows Turned into Musicals, for a scene or two.
Don't worry, Rick. You know the words or the moves. You've got what it takes, guy. You're a pro, a winner. You're hot. You're now.
Peace out at your window as you look over the city. Why don't you talk to me? Talk to me. Tell me that you need someone to be near you. Why don't you talk to me? Talk to me. You'll see that I'll be the one who can hear you. Talk to me, talk to me. Tell me that you need someone to be near you. Why don't you talk to me? Talk to me. You'll see that I'll be the one who can hear you. Why don't you talk to me? Talk to me.
He's terrific.
Okay, now Here we go.
This is the one that I was thinking about.
You know the night time is the right time to feel somebody.
Baby.
I study nuclear science. I love my class.
You know it.
He wears dark glasses. Doing all right, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades.
Oh, baby, what a fool I am. First a boy and then a man, and and you. Every moment that I think about you, every day and every night without you, I can't survive. Love, take away the lonely days gone by, making every day for you and I, and every night without you, I can't survive.
Oh, Andy Gibb. Old Laura Branigan.
Did anyone see my body go down? Or did he just stop? When I slipped and fell in, I went down without a trace, and all I could see was a smile on his face. I fell in, I pushed it apart. When I went down, I went down.
Let's go rock.
Can you rap?
Yeah.
How was that? Go ahead and rap for me one time.
No.
Then what would you say at a party?
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
You ready? Yeah. Here we go. No New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candy hearts to give away. All right. No flowers bloom.
No flowers bloom.
No wedding Saturday within the month of June.
No wedding Saturday within the month of June.
All right. I just called to say how much I care. I do, and I mean from the bottom of my heart. Of my heart. Of my heart. Cha-cha-cha.
Oh, I don't care what anybody says. I still love The Cosby Show. I don't care about all the other stuff. I still love the show for what it is.
Asked my family doctor just what I had.
Yeah, Jamming on the One is the level of membership on this channel that costs $1 a month, and you get emojis and like little symbols by your name when you make comments, and you get first priority to comment responses. So that's the level. That's Jamming on the One is my $1 level, $1 a month level, and then I got 5 on it is my $5 a month level.
Squeeze me tight. Don't you want your baby to be alright? I really need good love. Now give me that good love. Good love. Hey, give me that sweet love. Give me that baby that love. Yeah.
That's right, Bert.
Now some had gone to used to be.
All we have is here and now. All our life now, let it find. Lift us up where we belong. Where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Lift us up where we belong. Where the eagles cry from a mountain high. Lift us up where we belong. On the street, everywhere, just smile, yeah, and walk on through. You're married, anything you wear looks good on you, especially nothing I can tell you, you haven't known. Wear it well, you wear it well, you wear it well.
Heaven. Wait, did you guys see George Clooney back there in the back? There he is. Whoops. Hold on. That's him right back there in the middle, but next to Blair. He played... What was his name on there? Yeah, this is El DeBarge.
You wear it well, you wear it well. Oh, yeah, baby.
George. That was his name, George.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone.
I tried to use Diggable Planets Cool like that, just na 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 na, like in a video. That's like 3 or 4 seconds of it, and man, they copyright claimed that so fast.
Blue moon, knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care.
Once my clothes were shabby, tailors called me cabby, so I took the vow, said this bumblebee bow from wow! Got my tweed pressed, got my best vest, all I need now is the girl, and if she'll say,
my darling, I'm yours.
I'll throw away my striped tie and my best breast tweed. All I really need is a girl.
I got that feeling. What did you do to me? I
Yep, that was one of the very first videos I ever made. That was one thing from my childhood that was just such a big deal, were these musical ones. I mean, obviously the Cosby Show is what sparked it, but yeah, so good. Guys, we're talking about the Gong Show. I did a video not too long ago about that, called 2 Awesome Movies You Probably Missed About Groundbreaking 70s TV Shows. It's this one right here. And it's about the Gong Show. Well, the movie Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which is about the guy that created the Gong Show, and then the movie Cinema Verite, which was about the TV show An American Family. So if you've never seen either of those movies, especially Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, this was the video I was trying to use Diggable Planets with their bass line and the dun da da dun da da, and they weren't having it. So yeah. Yep, that's what it was all about. Was he really a CIA assassin? So anyway, yep, if you're new to the channel, roll through here. I got a lot of different stuff. All kinds of different things. I got a video about after school specials. I got videos about 80s game shows, the Wheel of Fortune origin story. I got TV miniseries, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, What is Generation X? It's complicated. That's a pretty good one. I'm pretty proud of that one. Forgotten 80s movies, neglected 90s movies. So yeah. I'm making it work, guys. This channel is all just me, so I do absolutely everything with it. So sometimes it's slow, but I think I'm getting better with the editing and everything and the video making. So like my earlier videos you'll watch have a lot of mistakes or things that I just, yeah. If you guys want to know if Chuck Barris really was a CIA assassin, I include an interview with him at the very end. We can watch that real fast. Hey, you guys. Comments. And if you've seen these movies, tell me I'm not alone in loving them. Okay, bye.
Tell me about this book, Chuck. The guy here sounds like you, has done all the shows you did, and then has another life. That of a CIA agent or operative.
Killer.
Yeah, killer. He was Sonny Six killer.
That's right. I had once applied for the CIA. I was accepted up to, an FBI check was in progress. And then I got a job with ABC, which is where I really wanted to go. I'd been out of work. And that thought always stuck in my head. I was never in the CIA, and I was never a killer and all that. But I kept thinking, after these years went by, what if here's a guy who is crucified by the critics for entertaining the public, and meanwhile he's getting covert presidential citations for killing people. And it drives me or the character nuts. I just love that juxtaposition. You can.
But Chuck, Chuck, it could have happened, because after all, the dating game, the newlywed game, with all these trips you would send people on around the world would be a great cover for an operative to get into a.
Yes, it was.
So we
it was
don't
a great
know.
cover.
Oh, he's turning the fine line here.
Chuck, you've always been a little weird, if I can say that with all great affection. Who knows?
Not
what is
weird,
the true story here?
Well, that's the fun. Confessions is I don't think it's a book you would imagine you were going to read if you picked it up. I think you'll get. I have 20 years of stuff in there about all our shows, and it has a strange. It is a novel. It has a twist. It has a plot. But the people who work closely with me, Carruthers, my secretary,
Yeah.
Loretta, all those people. They're the ones that don't know
If
whether
it's
it's
real.
true. The strangers, that's,
Now, has Hollywood picked up on this? Is this going to be a major film?
Yeah, so it wasn't real, obviously. It was just a novel. But it's still fun. Oh, I have a video about the first guy that won the $1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That's one of the very first videos I made. Yeah, when it comes to the Gong Show, I saw you guys saying that Paul Rubens was on the Gong Show. Watch the new documentary about him because they include all kinds of video clips from that. And they also include when he was Pee Wee Herman on the dating game and all of that. Yep, the Popsicle Twins. We all know that one. But yeah, this was for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I have this video. The shocking thing this Gen Xer did when facing the $1 million question on a 90s game show. So that was that one here. So I did that one over a year ago as well. If you guys remember what he did. So yeah, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, I got a super chat. Got celebrating some members. Black Phoenix member for 2 months. Jessica Lee member for 2 months. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Conscious Reality CD member for 3 months. Thank you. VZAC $2. Some 70s Sesame Street. Madrigal Alphabet. We can do Madrigal Alphabet. I have a couple more from Sesame Street I want to watch after this one. I love it. I like that idea. All right. This is one of my this is from Mr. Rogers, but we're gonna go here and then we're gonna go back to Sesame Street. But this is one of my favorite Mr. Rogers clips. Or maybe was it Sesame Street or was it Mr. Rogers? It was Mr. Rogers.
Did you ever wonder how
Hold on, we'll watch the Sesame Street one. I've used this music in the background of videos before. Tell me this doesn't live in your head rent free, because it sure does mine. Remember when we made things? It was pretty cool. I wish we still did. We'll go back to Mr. Rogers. I just wanted to see the music video real quick. Oh yes, the box of 64 with the sharpener was like the holy grail of crayon gets for school. Perfect. Just absolutely perfect. All right, let's go back to Mr. Rogers and he'll explain it to us. Mr. Rogers, talk about the man that raised Generation X. This man, an incredible jazz musician and pianist. I've looked into some of that music. It's like somebody made a video about the story behind the theme to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and it was really good. Not the movie with Tom Hanks. That was a waste of time, but the documentary on him was very, very good. None of that is true. And honestly, I mean, that is the biggest load of disinformation I've seen in a while. No, he was not. Redskin fan, I'm going to knock you out of this chat if you keep saying crap like that. To have right there. Built-in sharpener, there, pointed to the back. Ah, yes, the 64. The pièce de résistance of the Crayola. Amazing. Boy, that just made me feel good. that just put a smile on my face. Love it. So good, so good. Yeah, it's a pretty slow moving assembly line, I guess. Oh yeah, there were bigger boxes in the 64, but the 64 was like, that's really all you needed. Yeah, the box of 8, or if you don't get the Crayola brand, if you got the off brand, oh, talk about being a social outcast in the 2nd grade. If you got your generic crayons or your generic Keds that didn't have the blue tag on the back, you know. Oh, the 80s were the best. Have you guys seen my video about the best things about being a kid in the 80s? We might have to watch that at some point. Not tonight, but in the future. The raggedy. That raggedy rose heart, you know it. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh, you had a knockoff Trapper Keeper? Excellent. I got a knockoff Cabbage Patch Kid, and like I was grateful for it because I know they were hard to find, and my parents did what they could to get me what they could. But I always wanted a real one, and then my mom got me a real one, like a real one signed by Xavier Roberts for my college graduation. Here, I even have her right here. You want to see her? Give me just a second. Here she is. My Cabbage Patch. This is not her original clothing. But you can see on the butt here that she's got the Xavier Roberts signature. So yeah, this was one of my presents for college graduation. I need to find her birth certificate. It's somewhere in here. But there you go. Yep, authentic. This is a legit one. This is before they went to Coleco and were mass produced. This one's from 1978 or 1979, I believe. There she is. So she's not plastic at all. It's all, you know, she's a legit. There she is. Oh, crazy times. So there's this channel that I really like to watch called Call Me Chato, and it's this he's a Canadian. He was like a network executive in Canadian television, and he was in a comedy troupe, and he's really, really funny. Anyway, he does this really, really fun series. He has all of his old TV guides from the 80s. And so he does videos for his TV guide fall previews of each year, and he goes through them. And he released one today for 1988. So I thought we'd watch it together because I really, really like this series. And I find him to be very, very funny. Let's bring him up. I need to put this in my videos. Warning, names will be mispronounced.
Hello, denizens. Here we go again with another edition of your favorite Call Me Chatto segment, my TV Guide Fall Preview Extravaganza. This time, 1988. This will be number 17 in the series, starting with 1972. That was my first one. My mom collected the fall previews. It was a fine Hungarian tradition, and I've taken that up.
I love this. I wish I still had all my TV guides. If you haven't checked out Call Me Chatto's channel, I highly recommend it. He's very, very entertaining.
Boring summer was coming to an end, and we were itching for the new shows starting in September. My mom and I loved poring over the fall preview and picking the shows we wanted to see. And
yes, did you guys do that? Did you go through the TV Guide fall preview and pick out the good shows or the ones that you wanted to watch? Like, this is, yeah, definitely VZAG. Definitely I know you're heading out, but definitely check out his channel. It's a really good channel, and this is by far my favorite video series that he does. Yeah, the new fall preview was so good to get. It was so much fun.
In the fall, it's a ritual I miss even today. My TV Guide videos started as, just a bit of fun, concentrating on sitcoms because that was what I was doing when I was an executive in charge of production at CBC back at the tail end of the 80s. But you complained that you wanted to hear about all the shows, and now it takes me way longer to do this, but I still love it. Please don't ask me to go back and redo the first batch. So, without further ado, let's start with the big...
I'm trying to think of the big shows that came out in 88. And the only thing I can think of is Roseanne. I think Roseanne came out in 88. I think Full House might have been 87. So I'm interested to see what came out in 88. Because nothing's really, does 30 something come out? Okay, we'll see. We'll see what comes out.
Stories of 1988, according to me. The Soviet Union begins its program of economic restructuring, perestroika, initiated by Premier Mikhail Gorbachev. The 1988 Winter Olympics are held in
the Calgary Olympics. I remember. Hey, The Simpsons might have started in 88.
Calgary.
The name of this channel is Call Me Chatto. I'll take out the full screen. You can see his little Call Me Chatto down there and right underneath the video with his little glasses and nose. I love his little channel logo.
Alberta, Canada. The first McDonald's restaurant in a communist country opens in Belgrade, Yugoslavia. Next, they're going to try to find the meat. The United States Navy retaliates for the USS Samuel B. Roberts mining in a day of strikes against Iranian oil platforms.
That's right. The Calgary Olympics were the last one for the Soviet Union and East Germany. That's right. That was the year that I really got into figure skating. I think it was Debbie Thomas for the United States and Katrina Wefskoff. I can't think of her name, but there was a girl from the Soviet Union that was really good too.
Expo 88 opens in Brisbane, Australia. Francois Mitterrand is re-elected as president of France. Walt Disney Studios and Steven Spielberg.
Thank you, Katerina Witt.
Spielberg release Who?
She was beautiful.
Framed Roger Rabbit. A meeting of Islamic jihadi leaders, including Osama bin Laden, leads to the founding of Al-Qaeda. 70 people are killed and 346 injured in one of the worst air show disasters at Germany's Ramstein Air Base. The 1988 Summer Olympics are held in Seoul, South Korea. NASA resumes space shuttle flights grounded after...
Oh yeah, Liz Manley, I forgot about her. And then on the guy's side, there was Kurt Browning and, who was Scott Hamilton. Yeah, I just said Debbie Thomas. Mm-hmm.
After the Challenger disaster, the Los Angeles Dodgers win the World Series against the Oakland Athletics,
I
the
remember that.
first transatlantic.
That was Greg Louganis. I think that was in '92 Barcelona, or maybe it was in '88, but it wouldn't have been at Calgary. Seoul would have been '88 for the summer games. But yeah, that was Greg Louganis. It was in Seoul. Okay.
Telephone cable to use optical fibers is completed. The first World AIDS Day is held. Benazir Bhutto is sworn in as Prime Minister of Pakistan. The #1 song of 1988 is Faith by George Michael.
Oh, that was a good one. Because I gotta have faith, faith, faith. My mom had that on cassette. Played that album nonstop. Except for when I Want Your Sex came on. She would always fast forward past that. That was not appropriate for my little ears.
All that out of the way, let's see what TV Guide's fall preview for 1988 has in store for us.
I'm so excited.
The ABC Saturday Mystery Movie, ABC. Rather than running 1-hour episodes with the same cast each week, ABC used this series to broadcast 2-hour standalone movie-length programs which would rotate through a set of well-known murder mystery detectives. Included in the lineup were such favorites as Columbo and Kojak, as well as Gideon Oliver and B.L. Straker, starring Peter Falk, Telly Savalas, Louis.
It's true. As soon as it came on, it was like, fast forward.
Louis Gossett
Yep, that's Lou Gossett Jr. on the left, Columbo or Peter Falk in the middle, and Burt Reynolds on the right.
Jr. and Burt Reynolds lasted 1 year. Almost Grown, CBS. After meeting in high school, dating all through school and college, getting married, and having 2 children, Norman and Susie decide to get a divorce.
I don't remember this show at all. That looks like the guy from Wings on the right. What's his name? Evan Okafor. What do you want the link for? To this video that we're watching? Because I can definitely do that.
They still are very close, though, and have no qualms about cooperating with raising their kids. At least once in every episode, something will remind one of them of some event.
Tim Daly, that's his name. And it is. Eve Gordon on the left. How do I know Eve Gordon? She looks really familiar.
Their past, and viewers will be treated to a lengthy flashback of how the two met and fell in love and then out of love. Starring Tim Daly, Eve Gordon, Joan Foley, Michael Aldridge, Richard Shaw, and Anita Gillette. 13 episodes were shot, but only 9 were aired due to low ratings. This sounded like a very interesting and mature show. Not surprisingly, it was co-created by David Chase. I never saw it.
David Chase, didn't he do The Sopranos? No, Eve Gordon wasn't from the Brady Bunch. That was Eve Plum. She looks familiar, though. She might have been Felicity's mom. Hold on. Yeah. She was Felicity's mama. That's how I would know her. But she also was in Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. The World According to Garp. Okay. So, but yeah, that's how I knew her, was from being Felicity's mama.
Baby Boom, NBC.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, movie turned into a not so fantastic TV show.
A stylish, single, Harvard-educated lawyer aggressively pushing her way up the executive ladder at a large corporation. Then on her doorstep appeared baby Elizabeth, left to her by a recently deceased English relative, which happens all the time. Starring Kate Jackson, Daniel Bardall, Joy Behar, and others. 13 episodes shot, 10 episodes released between September of 1988 to September of 1989.
Sample episode: the loss of an important account and Elizabeth's mischief at the office make it a frustrating day for JC. Baby Boom was based on the 1987 film. Kate Jackson was a big star, but not big enough to make the show a success.
Yeah, I think this was her first show after Scarecrow and Mrs. King, right? I think. But yeah, that one didn't last. All right, so far we've got a bunch of bombs. Let's see if we get something good.
Dear John,
There we
NBC. The sitcom is set in New York City. Judd Hirsch stars as John Lacey, a teacher at a preparatory school in Manhattan. After 10 years of marriage, one day he returns home and finds a Dear John letter. His wife, Wendy, is leaving him for his best friend. John joins the One-to-One Club, a support group for people who are divorced and single. Starring Judd Hirsch, Jerry Burns, Jane Carr, Isabel Hoffman, Tom Willett, and Billy Bird. Lasted 4 seasons.
Sample episode. John's former best friend Mike gets dumped by John's ex-wife Wendy. Mike gets invited to the group by Louise while pretending to be Bill. Now that's a sitcom premise. The show was based on the British sitcom of the same name. Judd Hirsch is a pro at making morose characters funny. Show started strong, then the ratings tailed off in its final 2 years.
Dirty Dancing.
Oh God, I've talked about this before. This was an abomination. Like, they made Baby a Kellerman, and like the casting was just terrible, and oh my God, this was awful.
CBS, a continuation of the movie of the same name where Frances Baby Houseman falls in love with camp dance instructor Johnny Castle.
I talked about this in my video, Awesome Movies Turned into Awful TV Shows.
Starring Melora Hardin, Patrick Cassidy, Paul Feig, yes, that Paul Feig,
yep.
Constance Marie, McLean Stevenson, and others. Lasted 11 episodes. Perhaps there was too much dancing and not enough dirty. Empty Nest, NBC.
Oh, yes, Empty Nest. Yep, Loretta Swit did. For those of you that haven't heard, Loretta Swit passed away today. Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH. Nice. Never put Baby in a TV show. That's good. But yeah. How old was she? She was 87. Good long life. You can't ask for more, right? That's a lot of good years.
Empty Nest is set in Miami and tells of the day-to-day misadventures of a widowed pediatrician, Harry Weston, and his 2 adult daughters, Barbara and Carol, who have come back to live with him after their failed marriages. There's also their skirt-chasing next-door neighbor, Charlie Dietz, starring Richard Mulligan, Dinah Manoff, David Leisure, Park Overall, and Christy McNichol. Lasted 7 seasons.
Sample episode. Harry is forced to decide between going to Carol's art show or Barbara's medal ceremony, which both happen at...
Yeah, this was a spinoff of The Golden Girls. Yeah. This was a pretty good show.
the same time. Who could have guessed that coincidence on a sitcom? Produced by the same team that did The Golden Girls, Susan Harris backdoor piloted Empty Nest on The Golden Girls. Mulligan was hot off the success of Soap, another hit show produced by Susan Harris. When you're hot, you're hot.
A Fine Romance.
What is
ABC. Louisa Phillips and Michael Trent are a once married couple who are still tied together by their job of co-hosting a travel show called Ticket to Ride. This will they or won't they rom-com was filmed in the scenic hotspots of Europe, starring Christopher Kazanov, Margaret Whitten,
I have never heard of this show. Ever.
Ernie Sabella, Kevin Moore, and Dinah Lenny. Only 7 of the 12 filmed shows were aired. Because of the 1988 Writers Guild strike, the show was delayed till January of 89. Plus, shooting on location made the show way too expensive. Incredible Sunday, ABC. A revival of the 1980s show That's Incredible, hosted by John Davidson. This version was not so incredible, canceled after only 16 episodes. Night Watch, ABC. A group of youths come together to form the Knights, a team of vigilantes who fight for justice with 2 basic rules: no excessive violence and no killing.
I don't remember this at all. Do you guys remember Night Watch?
Then why bother watching it? Starring Benjamin Bratt, Calvin Levels, Don Franklin, Paris Vaughn, Joshua Cadman, Ava Haddad, Samantha Mathis, and Harley Jane Kozak. Lasted 9 episodes.
Yeah, it must have been a 21 Jump Street knockoff. This looks awful.
It was up against The Cosby Show, A Different World, and CBS's 48 Hours. Didn't have a chance.
No, it didn't.
TNT syndicated.
What?
T.S. Turner was a...
Hold on. Now I feel like I'm slipping in my old age. How was I not aware of this show called TNT? How did I not know Mr. T was in a show that was not the A-Team?
city smart kid fighting his way off the street until he was framed for a crime he didn't commit. Amy Taylor was a young crusading lawyer. She mounted an appeal to put Turner back on the street, this time in a suit and a tie, working as a private detective. Together, they are TNT.
Dynamite?
Starring Mr. T, David Nerman, Alexandra Amini, Jackie Richardson, and David Hemblem. Lasted 3 seasons.
3 seasons?
Sample episode. When TNT try to clear a kid busted for trafficking crack, they are shocked to find Turner's foster daughter doing her...
Is it possible, since he's Canadian, that he has like a Canadian TV guide? I've never heard of TNT. Is this Canadian propaganda that we're watching? Hold on, I've got to know more. I've got to know more. It's an American-Canadian television series. TNT. Production from 87 to 90. It premiered in first-run syndication in January 88, moving to new episodes in the Family Channel in 1990. It was a starring vehicle for Mr. T after the cancellation of the A-Team in 1987. Wow. How did I not? So it was syndication, the Family Channel, and then it was also on in Canada. Wow. How this got past me, I'm not quite sure. This seemed to be like something right up my alley.
Her own investigation in the middle of the teenage drug scene. I mean,
is it a Canadian TV guide? I was just kind of joking, but I guess they would have their own, right?
including this oddity because it was an American-Canadian co-production that was syndicated in the U.S. It might have actually been one of the first of its kind, spurred on by the writers' strike. It was a fun show, but dumber than the A-Team.
Super Dave.
Oh, I love Super Dave Osborne. The guy that the channel is from, the guy's from Canada, yes. America's Attic. Yeah, this I think, yeah, because it says global underneath Super Dave. So this is definitely a Canadian TV guide. That's okay. That's okay. We can still watch it. It still works. But I love Super Dave Osborne.
Battered and abused stuntman Super Dave Osborne gets his own nighttime talk show. In between interviews, Osborne, with the help of his partner and promoter Fuji,
Or Hat, America's Attic, however you want to put it.
performs his classic stunts that never quite seem to go as planned. Starring Bob Einstein, lasted 5 seasons.
Sample episode. Super Dave interviews a woman in the audience who claims to have had Elvis Presley's baby.
Oh.
And a woman who is sure she is carrying Warren Beatty's child. Again, another American-Canadian co-production that starred, of course, the anchor American star. That was a loonier version of the Gary Shandling show. Stunts featuring Super Dave's failures that were first featured on the John Biner Comedy Hour, which was famous for having 2 versions, a clean one for regular TV and a cable version featuring topless women. If you liked the dry insanity of Fernwood Tonight, then Super Dave was right up your alley. I highly recommend the reruns.
The Magical World of Disney.
Yes, The Magical World of Disney. That's going to be one of the videos out of the TV movies that I do videos about. I'm gonna organize them all by year, but there's going to be a couple of genres or classifications that are not going to be in those year by year videos. One of them will be the Sunday night made for TV Disney movies, which were on the Magical World of Disney, and I have another one for HBO movies as well, HBO originals.
NBC. The Magical World of Disney was the 1988 to 1990 incarnation of the long-running Disney anthology TV series that bounced around the networks, shifting focus from the original series hosted by Walt Disney to a package of made-for-TV specials and movies. This one was hosted by Michael Eisner, occasionally interacting with cast or characters from that night's program. Lasted 1 season. All I have to say is, that is one friendly raccoon on Eisner's knee. Annie Maguire, CBS. Newlyweds Annie and Nick Maguire both have kids from...
Why does it say Mary Tyler Moore? Mary Tyler Moore had another channel, had another show in the 80s on CBS. How did I not know this?
previous marriages and are trying to balance their jobs. She in politics, he in engineering. The couple must also deal with their parents who are on opposite political sides who add comedic chaos. Starring Mary Tyler Moore, Dennis Arndt, Eileen Heckert, John Randolph, and a young Adrian Brody. 11 shows recorded, only 6 aired. Hit the airwaves in October, dead by December.
Damn, that must have been terrible. I don't remember this at all. Oh, because it was called Annie Maguire. So they just used their name in the TV guide, and by the time it went to air, they had changed the name.
Normally, I don't break away to talk to you folks directly when shows bomb, especially this badly. But from an anthropological perspective, like a TV anthropological perspective, I thought it would be interesting to review a couple of things here. First of all, you'll notice that in the TV guide, the show is called Mary Tyler Moore.
I did notice.
Lead times, such as they were in print, looks like they didn't have enough time to change it to what the show ended up being, which was Annie Maguire. Another interesting point is that in the description text, Annie was Annie Block, not Annie Maguire.
Huh.
A publicist got fired over that. The show also came on the heels of the failed Mary. The show did not have a laugh track, had a great producing pedigree, and many of the episodes were directed by David Steinberg. Its single camera use would be mimicked by Seinfeld and The Larry Sanders Show.
Oh, so I did single camera. Interesting. I'm learning things from Chatto.
Midnight Caller, NBC.
Oh, yeah. I had forgotten about this show until we brought it up a couple of weeks ago on a TV theme song night. This was a good one. About talk radio before talk radio was cool.
Jack Killian is a former San Francisco police detective who quits the force after he accidentally shot his partner dead in a confrontation with armed criminals. After
Yes, he
lapsing
did.
into alcoholism, Killian receives an offer from Devon King, the beautiful and wealthy owner-operator of KJCM-FM, to become the Nighthawk.
Yeah, it's Lumberg. Peter, what's happening?
Host of an overnight talk show, taking calls from listeners at night and solving their problems during the day. Starring Gary Cole, Dennis Dunn, and Arthur Taxier. Lasted 3 seasons.
Sample episode. Jack's old friend Tina arrives in town. She informs him that she has contracted AIDS and will die. Unable to handle the hopelessness of the situation, Jack sets out to find the man responsible. He uses his show as a forum on AIDS awareness. Probably the first TV show to dramatize talk radio. It certainly had an interesting angle.
Murphy Brown,
Oh, that's a big one.
CBS. Murphy Brown is a recovering alcoholic who, in the show's first episode, returns to the fictional news magazine FYI for the first time following a stay at the Betty Ford Clinic.
This is another one that had like a nightmare of a time getting cleared for streaming because of the music that was used. I heard there was a reboot of it not long ago, but I didn't watch it. It couldn't have been good.
Over 40 and single, she is sharp-tongued and hard as nails. In her profession, she is considered one of the boys. Starring Candice Bergen, Grant Shad, Faith Ford, Joe Regalbuto, and Charles Kimbrough. Lasted 10 years.
Yes, it did.
Sample episode. The pranks Murphy and Frank play on each other become more elaborate and annoying to their friends when one embarrasses.
I didn't think anybody watched it. I mean, I don't have network television anymore, so if they put anything on live network TV, I don't see it.
The FYI show, it looks like Miles will get fired for letting things get out of hand. Murphy and Frank try frantically to save his job.
Yep.
I found the show consistently mildly amusing. I cannot recall a super memorable episode, but I remember enjoying it. Candice was not the best actress in the world, but perfect for TV.
Very much so. They were very much a product of their time. Yeah, the Dan Quayle thing was a big thing because Dan Quayle called out the show in real life, and they incorporated it into the show. This was also the first time I ever heard the term political correctness was on this show. They did a whole episode about political correctness. Avery was all grown up and a commentator on the new version. No, that's kind of neat. And then she always had a different secretary. I need to see if Paul will come on and we could do a live stream together. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah, we're just watching and kind of reacting to his new video because I really like him. And he's doing 1988 TV guide. So this is a crossover without being a crossover.
Get your hauntingly beautiful barn owl now.
He makes me laugh.
Murphy's Law, ABC.
Another Murphy, huh? I don't remember this at all.
Patrick Murphy is a recovering alcoholic who works as an insurance fraud investigator for First Fidelity Insurance. His unique methods sometimes leads him to clash with office executive Victor Bodine. He lives with his girlfriend and fashion model Kimiko.
This channel is it's called Call Me Chatto. If you can see it here. Right there, Call Me Chatto. And the guy's name is Paul Chatto. He's a former TV network executive from Canada. And he's also a member of a comedy troupe. He's really, really funny. And he has this really great series where he goes through the fall preview issues of TV guides for the 70s and the 80s. And that's what we're watching tonight. We're watching his 1988 video. Highly recommend. Give him a view and a like and a subscribe if you would. I like his point of view and commentary on things.
While attempting to reconnect with his estranged daughter.
Yeah, I do not remember this show at all.
Starring George Segal, Maggie Hahn, and Josh Mostel, lasted half a season.
Yes.
Did you notice this is
The Frantics? That's the name of his comedy troupe.
Is the third show in a row that featured a former alcoholic? No shortage of them in Hollywood. Paradise, CBS. In 1890, in the town of Paradise, a professional gunfighter is forced to take
You guys remember Paradise? I don't remember this at all.
custody of his sister's 4 children and retire to a farm and a quiet life. Nevertheless, he is often called upon by residents to defend them from lawlessness. Starring Lee Horsley, Jenny Beck, Matthew Newmark, Brian Lando, Michael Patrick Carter, and Sigrid Thornton. Lasted 3 seasons.
Sample episode: a serial killer terrorizes the young women of Paradise. At a time when Westerns had kind of run their course.
Yeah, Westerns were not at all a thing in the 80s. Yeah, I have never, ever heard of this. How can something run for 3 seasons and I not know about it on CBS?
This show was entertaining primarily because of the not very loquacious performance of Lee Horsley. It was a show you could watch with your kids.
Raising Miranda.
What?
CBS.
Boy, 88 really had a bunch of like horrible shows. This was not a good year for network television, at least for the new stuff.
Donald Marshak, a building contractor in Racine, Wisconsin, suddenly finds himself a single parent when his wife Bonnie attends a self-improvement class and abruptly abandons him and his smart, sensitive 15-year-old daughter Miranda in order to go find herself.
Oh, that
Starring
was happening in
James
the 80s as well, huh? 80s moms were not around very much. They were either dead or gone. Unless they were Claire Huxtable or Maggie Seaver or Elise Keaton.
Ryan Black, Miriam Flynn, Steve Vinovich, Amy Lynn, Michael Menasseri, and Bryan Cranston.
What?
9 shows filmed, only
Oh, yeah,
7
maybe.
aired. I'm only here for the Cranston credit. Roseanne,
There,
ABC.
I thought she started in
Roseanne
88.
is the story of a working class family struggling with life's essential problems. Marriage,
Yeah, she was around too.
children, money, and parents-in-law. The Connor family, a family of 5 that includes the parents, Roseanne and Dan, and the children, Becky, Darlene, and DJ. Roseanne is helped in her challenge by her single sister, Jackie. Starring Roseanne Barr, John Goodman, Laurie Metcalf, Sarah Gilbert, and Michael Fishman. Lasted 9 tumultuous seasons.
Yes, it did.
Not counting the show's resurrection in 2018.
Sample episode: when Roseanne finds a bag of pot in David's room, she's angry and worried about how Dan is going to react. Of course,
I was not allowed to watch Roseanne growing up because the kids were so hateful to their parents. And so we were not allowed to watch it. My parents are very, very conservative and strict. And he talked back and they were like, oh, hell no. So I didn't get to watch it until later on.
he goes ballistic until he realizes the stuff is a 20-year-old relic of his and Roseanne's youth.
Yes, I remember.
Inevitably, they roll a joint for old time's sake, and Dan, Roseanne, and her sister Jackie are adrift in a Cheech and Chong time warp. The honeymooners did the blue collar thing first.
That is correct. Me and Bertie were not allowed to watch Roseanne.
But Roseanne added children and 2 parents that worked and a spicy female in the lead. That was much more realistic. A brilliant show at times, with as much drama happening behind the scenes as in front of the camera. What impressed me the most, and it's what I remember about the show, was the relationship between Roseanne and Dan. They
Yes.
clearly loved each other, but they wouldn't take shit from each other either. It stayed in the top 4 for 6 of its 9 seasons, hit number 1 in its second season. It averaged more than 30 million viewers per episode over those 4 years.
Something out there. NBC.
What?
Jack Breslin is a somewhat.
I don't remember this at all. Just when I think I have like all of the knowledge possible of 80s television, I watch a video like this and I'm like, wait, what was that show? What was that again? Don't remember.
What Maverick police detective paired unofficially with a beautiful alien possessing strange powers and abilities named Tara, posing as his cousin and keeping her origins secret. Tara helps Jack solve crimes.
Ooh.
Starring Joe Cortese, Miriam Dabo, and Gregory Sierra. Lasted 8 episodes. Originally a successful miniseries, Brandon Tartikoff greenlit it as a regular TV series, but alas, the massively reduced budgets meant that they could only afford a monster every 3 weeks.
Yeah. 88 was definitely a dud year.
Tattinger's NBC.
Oh no. Well, we got Jerry Stiller over here. We got Stephen Collins in the middle. Blythe Danner over here. I don't recognize the 2 girls. What the hell is Tattingers?
Tattingers is the story of a divorced couple, Nick and Hillary Tattinger, along with their 2 daughters, Nina and Winifred. They were partners in a posh Manhattan restaurant until Nick was shot by a drug dealer, which prompted them to sell the restaurant and move to Paris. Their successors, however, proved incapable of properly running the restaurant, so Nick reclaimed.
Yeah, that's the mom from the Fockers. That's Blythe Danner. That's Gwyneth Paltrow's mother. Yep, that's her. And she was originally cast as the mom on 2.5 Men, but after the pilot, they recast her to the lady from Legally Blonde. I can't think of her name. Hold on. Who was the mom in 2.5 Men? It's gonna kill me. I can't think of her name. Holland Taylor. Good God. Lord. Yep, Holland Taylor. Thank you. So yeah, that's Gwyneth's mama.
The restaurant to give it another go. Starring Stephen Collins, Blythe Danner, Jerry Stiller, Roderick Cook, Patrice Coleman, and Mary Beth Hurt. 11 episodes shot, only 9 were aired, a ratings failure, but NBC was unwilling to give up totally on the concept, and the program was revamped into a half-hour sitcom, Nick and Hillary. The new series premiered on April 20, 1989, but was even less successful than his predecessor and was canceled after only 2 episodes.
Ouch.
TV 101, CBS. Recently divorced Kevin Keegan is a photojournalist who quits his job.
And every show on here is about people that are divorced or single, except for Roseanne. This was when the whole concept of marriage on television just went out the window.
And returns to his alma mater, Roosevelt High School, to teach journalism. He then teaches his class how to produce a television news program instead of a
Is that Matt LeBlanc up there in the corner, top right? I believe so. Wow, I did not know about this.
traditional school newspaper, starring Sam Roberts, Andrew Cassese, Stacey Dash, Alex
It is
Dessert,
Stacey Dash.
Stuart Goddard, and Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, or recovering.
17
Yeah,
episodes.
it's all divorced people and recovering alcoholics. I think the boomers were trying to tell us something about their generation. Because they were the ones in charge. They were the 30-year-olds of the day. Yeah, I know this looks more like early 90s than late 80s, but it was 1988.
Shot 13 aired.
Sample episode. Vance's new girlfriend leads him deeper into the school drug world while Mr. Keegan is torn whether to tell Vance his suspicions that she is an undercover narcotics agent.
Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, TV 101 was up against ABC's Who's the Boss and Roseanne.
Oh, it didn't stand a chance. Oh man. The fact that anybody saw it is a surprise.
And NBC's Matlock. It was canceled due to low ratings and a controversy that erupted when one of the show's characters became pregnant and decided to have an abortion.
Uh-oh.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, there's a big one.
NBC. Hosted by Robert Stack, this series uses reenactments and interviews to retell the circumstances of mysteries that are unsolved. Oh, that's what the title means. Covering crimes, tales of lost love, unexplained history, and
Have you guys seen Unsolved Mysteries was Matthew McConaughey's very first acting gig ever. He was in a reenactment of a crime. Have you guys ever seen it? Because I happen to have it right here if you'd like to see it. Would y'all like to see Matthew McConaughey's acting debut on Unsolved Mysteries? Na 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 na. This was before. All right. Here you go. But yeah, it escalates quickly, just so y'all know. There you go. That was Matthew McConaughey's acting debut in Unsolved Mysteries. You're welcome.
Normal Events, starring Robert Stack, lasted 9 seasons on NBC and 1 extra year on CBS. The Van Dyke Show, CBS. The series centers on Matt Burgess, who runs a small regional theater in Pennsylvania.
So he had a show before Diagnosis Murder? I did not know this.
And his father, Dick Burgess, a Broadway musical star.
No, he did not survive getting shot. I'm not 100% sure. I guess the guy got away. I don't know. You're going to have to find the episode. Dick Van Dyke is an icon. Did you guys see the video that Chris Martin made for him for his 99th birthday? If not, we're going to watch that after this video.
Star.
Well, yeah, he had the Dick Van Dyke Show. I know that, but I didn't know he had the Van Dyke Show.
Dick decides to give up Broadway to live and work with his son at the theater, starring Dick Van Dyke, Barry Van Dyke, Carrie Leiser, Moira Tierney, Billy O'Sullivan, Paul Shearer, and Whitman Mayo. 10 shows produced, only 6 were aired. A truly awful show.
That's it for TV Guide's fall preview,
There you go.
1988. There were some really big.
Yeah, that was a really good video. So give Comedy Shadow a watch, a like, and a subscribe on that video. And since we're talking about Dick Van Dyke, yeah, let's watch the video that Chris Martin made for him. I think you guys will really like this. But just so you know, it might cause some tears. So be ready. Have your tissues ready. The video is called All My Love, and this was written for Dick Van Dyke by Chris Martin and performed by Coldplay. Obviously, I will have to pause it multiple times. So Dick Van Dyke was born in 1925, and I don't know. For me, Dick Van Dyke was a very important part of my childhood. I mean, from Mary Poppins to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang to the Dick Van Dyke Show, and so many more. But yeah, this is you're gonna like this, even if you don't like Coldplay, guys. I'm telling you, you're gonna like this, especially. I mean, if you're a Dick Van Dyke fan, this is pretty. I mean, just wow. I can't imagine, first of all, living 100 years, and then having the life that Dick Van Dyke has had, and the people that he's worked with, the talent that he has. Yeah, his brother Jerry, Coach, was a great show. Just this is so beautiful. Incredible how he's like still dancing and moving around, and he seems, I mean, to be 99 in this video and to be doing all this is pretty incredible. His daughter Stacy when she was a child, and I didn't know that until I saw this video. And he says here that at night sometimes she comes to visit him, and that makes me cry. Damn. Whew. There she is. Her name is Stacy. Look at that. Look at his family. All the generations that he created. Wow, what a legacy. Like, how can you imagine after living your life being almost 100 years old and being able to sit there and see your wife and your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren? I mean, this is just, to me, this is life. This is it, right? This is what it's all about. Just, that's what it's all about. That is All My Love from Dick Van Dyke, for Dick Van Dyke, from Chris Martin and Coldplay. Yes, Crystal, Tony was here in the chat earlier. He is in rehab right now and he is struggling, but he is making some progress. So still, please keep him in your prayers. If anybody else has any prayer requests, you can keep them silent. You can put them in the chat, and we can do that here. We can do that here. That's what I really liked about it. It was a great tribute to him while he was around to experience it. You know, I wish that was something like that could have been done for Betty White, you know, and it sucks that she didn't hit her 100th. I hope that Dick Van Dyke makes it to his 100th. But man, that was awesome. Okay. Now, yep. Tears. Always fun. Tears of joy, though. Tears of joy. That was really cool to see. I think I'm gonna end tonight on I saw this request earlier in the chat and I've seen it a couple times before, so we're gonna end it tonight with the intro from the 1977 Mickey Mouse Club. Let me get it over here. Now, I didn't watch the Mickey Mouse Club until the 90s with Justin Timberlake and Carrie Russell and all that, Britney Spears. But even then, I didn't really watch it because I was too old. It was like I was like 13 or 14 when it came out. But here's the 1977 Mickey Mouse Club intro, and then we can say goodbye with the Mickey Mouse Club if they have the closing. Be a great way to end the night. Disney in the 70s was struggling.
Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, you're as welcome as can be.
M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Mickey Mouse.
Where are the people that are in it? Are they going to give us a roll call? I wanted the roll call. Because I wanted to see who was in it. Let's see. Give me a roll call.
Whoa! Hi, Musketeers! Hi, it's Musketeer Surprise Day! That means anything can happen!
Nope, I'm I'm not feeling this one. I gotta have something better to close out the night on. Something better. Can do a good now. Oh, hi Lily. I'm so glad. Welcome. What do I want to end the night on? I don't know. Here, we can do the closing of Mickey Mouse Club. Now it's time to say goodbye. We can do the 50s closing song, or do you want to do the 90s closing song? Yeah, let's do the 50s closing song.
Well, let's join the Mouseketeers.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys know this song?
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. M-I-C
Real soon.
K-E-Y
Why? Because we like you.
Such a great way to end. All right, we'll do the 90s opening or 90s closing, and then we're out.
Now it's time to say
Real quick, hold on. That's Christina Aguilera, and that's Ryan Gosling, in case you were wondering.
See you real soon.
Pretty.
Why? Because we like it.
Now we're gonna dance.
Now it's time to see you later. Never gonna fade you though.
It's a little different from the 50s version, though. Just a little bit different. Yep, now's the time on Buckets when we dance. Oh God. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I'll be back on Tuesday for the tier list for 80s TV theme songs. We'll be doing kids shows and cartoons. I also have a new video coming out this weekend. It's possible that I'll get it done tomorrow. I'm really working on it hard. If not, it'll be Sunday. And it'll be about 80s made for TV movies, and I promise you're gonna love it. I'm super excited about this one. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all on Tuesday night, and then the video this weekend. Okay? Okay, bye.